you? After I turned 8 and my older sister Chloe was 9, my mother became the most weight-obsessed beach I've ever met. Every morning started with stepping on the scale twice, because the first reading might be wrong. If either of us gained even half a pound, we'd lose privileges like watching TV or playing outside. The rule was simple. The heavier you were, the less love you deserved. Well, I myself couldn't stand the hunger. It was like I couldn't think about any other than food. So I found a way to secretly eat crackers in the bathroom. Meanwhile, Chloe became mom's perfect little skeleton. Her nightly routine consisted of jumping jacks for 2 hours from 8 to 10 p.m. She'd chew food just for the taste, then spit it into napkins that she'd shove behind radiators at school. Like what in the bombo clot? And instead of our mom getting her help, she rewarded her even more. When Chloe hit 65 pounds at age 12, mom took her on a $2,000 shopping spree at the mall. Designer jeans in size 00, crop tops to show off her jutting ribs, anything she wanted. Look at your sister, mom would tell me while pinching my stomach. She understands that beauty requires sacrifice. I so desperately wanted to be the girl who didn't need anyone or anything. But the truth is, I wasn't. So I started trying to earn my mom's love too. But instead of starving myself, I'd bring home straight A report cards, clean the house spotless each morning, and win every science fair. But it was never what she wanted. You should direct all that energy into something useful, like fixing your diet, she'd always say. I always knew what she was doing was wrong. But whenever I tried bringing it up to other family members, they would just talk about how my mom had a perfect figure, and I ought to listen to her. So I gaslit myself into thinking it was normal, until I turned 13, that is. Because that's when I came home to Chloe passed out in the hallway, with an empty bottle of mom's prescription diet pills next to her. My hands trembled as I dialed 911, and I immediately tried to put her in the recovery position. When I heard her whisper, I pressed my ear up to her lips. I just wanted to lose 5 more pounds for mom's birthday, she said, voice shaking. And when she woke up in the hospital bed, the first thing she asked was whether she looked skinnier. That's when I knew I'd lost my sister forever. After that, I started playing along just to survive. I started skipping breakfast and dinner almost every day, and I made sure to suck in my stomach whenever I was around my mom, just to stop her from screaming at me. But when I turned 15, something shifted. My dad finally came home. You see, he'd been working overseas since I was a child, but one of the first things he did when he came back was file for divorce and full custody. Mom fought it hard, but not even she had an explanation for the state of me and Chloe's medical records. I moved in with dad and slowly learned to eat normally again. Chloe told the court she wanted to stay with mom. By senior year, I was healthy, playing volleyball, actually enjoying food. Fast forward to when I turned 18. I hadn't seen my mom in years, and my dad asked if I wanted to spend my birthday with her and my sister. I nodded, not thinking it would be a big deal. And when the day came, I wore loose clothes to avoid comments about my body, but nothing could prepare me for what I saw. The second Chloe answered the door, bile rose in my throat. She looked like those cancer patients you see online. Cheekbones cutting through tissue paper skin, arms like twigs, hair falling out in patches. Chloe, what the F? Oh my gosh, you've gotten so effing huge, she interrupted. My heart shattered. And before I could respond, mom appeared behind her. What have you done to yourself? She shrieked, grabbing at my stomach. You were finally getting somewhere, and now look at you. You're disgusting. I tried to leave, but mom blocked the door. You're not going anywhere until you drink this, she said, pulling out one of those meal replacement shakes. It's 200 calories. You need to get back on track right now. When I refused, she tried to physically force it into my mouth. The smell made me gag. It was clearly expired, chunky and rotten. Mom, stop, I yelled, but she got Chloe to hold my arms while she tried to pry my mouth open. I was screaming and crying while the shake spilled everywhere. She kept saying, this is for your own good, while basically waterboarding me with diet products. I managed to break free and run to the bathroom, locking myself in while calling dad. They pounded on the door, mom screaming that I was choosing to be ugly and spitting on everything she taught me. Dad called 911 and drove over himself. By the time police arrived, I'd vomited 3 times from the stress and whatever expired chemicals had gotten in my mouth. The police took one look at Chloe and called paramedics for her too. And I didn't know it at the time, but we were about to take revenge on my mom together. Full story on channel, link below.